Hey guys, I'm going to show you today how to comment on this article. You should have received this article that I'm scrolling through right now, and I'm going to show you how to make a comment on each of these quotes. So let's start at the top. Okay, so the directions. It says there's a total of 6 quotes. What I would do first is please read the article, go through, and you're going to notice some highlights. So I'm going to scroll through, pretend that I'm so quickly reading. So scrolling through, and I'm going to notice that there's quotes in green and in yellow. And so the reason I altered the colors was because I wanted to make sure that you knew which ones were grouped together. So this one's kind of like a little, I know it's a little uneven, but this is grouped together. That's why I kept that all in yellow. So I thought it was easier for you to distinguish if I separated by color. Okay, so these are a total of 6. Okay, and you'll know you're at the end of the article when you get to Jane Brody is the personal health columnist, right? She's the one that wrote this article. Okay, all right, so you go through, you skim, and you'll see these 6 quotes that I want you to comment on. All right. So how do I want you to comment? I want you to use these analysis questions that I just highlighted right here. Okay. Why is it worth mentioning? So what? Why does it matter? How is this evidence significant to my deeper understanding of my food world? And how does it support and connect to the information I have been receiving about food? Okay. So you're going to use these to guide your comments. So if you're like, I don't know what to say, you should be using these questions to really stretch out your comment. And if you look up here, I am looking for about 3 to 4 sentences. And if you look at, I don't know, 3 of these analysis questions, you can get there really quick. Okay. Do you have to use every question? Absolutely not. And that's why I highlighted it, right? Only use the ones, kind of like in class, right? Use the ones that you need. Okay. So I'm going to go down. I'm going to pretend that I read this entire article, and the title is How Poor Diet Contributes to Coronavirus Risk. Notice that connection, right? We're talking about food. And part of the reason I threw this out there is because it's important for you to think about right now, how are your food choices? Because your food world's a little bit different now, isn't it? How are those food choices affecting the current situation? Okay. So you're going to scroll down, and the way you make a comment is like this. You're going to highlight the highlight, right? I know it sounds kind of weird, but you are going to highlight the highlight. And you know that you've succeeded if you see a little comment bubble just like this, and it says add comment. Okay. If you don't see any of that, then it's not highlighted. Okay. So it's going to look a little, I think, kind of like bluish if you highlight over the yellow. Okay. And then if you don't capture the entire, like if you just get halfway, that's fine. I know that you're commenting on that quote. Okay. So don't stress if you're like, I didn't get the entire quote. It's fine. Okay. All right. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to highlight my highlight. Okay. It is kind of annoying that I have to scroll up and look at my analysis questions. So a tip that I suggest is you might want to copy down these analysis questions, like write them down on a little sheet of paper so that you don't have to keep scrolling up. If you're like, I don't feel like doing that, then guess what? You're going to have to scroll up. Okay. So I'm going to do the scroll up game only because I'm demoing, but because I'm the perfect student, I'm probably going to write them down so I don't have to struggle so much. Okay. So, all right. So here's my highlighted. I'm going to click on the comment bubble, and then notice my name pops up and my picture or whatever design I've chosen to put in there, that pops up. Okay, so then I'm going to read over the quote. It says, overlooked reason for the high risk of COVID-related illness and death among African Americans, Hispanics, and people in poor communities. Okay, I'm going to actually read before the quote too, because I feel like I have to. Metabolic disease. Okay, this increased your risk. Okay. Among African Americans. Okay, so what I'm getting out of this is really affecting minority groups. All right, let me use my analysis questions to kind of formulate a comment. And I want to make sure my comment is informative. It's very reporter-like, and it's not opinion-based, because I'm getting ready to prepare a writing voice for my research paper, and I want to start sounding informative, giving information versus just saying, this is what I think, right? So I'm going to make sure that I keep that in mind as I'm writing my comment. Okay, so let's go to the analysis questions. So why is this quote worth mentioning? So what? Why does it matter? Okay. Well, one, it's worth mentioning because it's talking about African Americans, Hispanics. I fall into that category. So this is my group, right? That's definitely worth mentioning to me. So what? Why does it matter? Well, now it's got me thinking about, grandma, grandpa, mom, dad, the older people in my life, maybe those who are a little bit heavier or that I know have diabetes. This is concerning me a little bit, right? It's letting me know that my group is more at risk and may not be getting the support that they need. Okay, I'm actually going to stop right there because I feel like that was a lot and I could probably make that a comment. Woo, look at these questions. They're just helping me so much. Thank you, Miss Aldania. She's so great. Okay. I'm going to stop. All right. So let's go back to that quote. And if the highlight goes away, you can always highlight over it again. Okay. So don't panic. You're like, I lost it. Okay. So I'm going to keep my objective, informative tone and say, minority. And when I say minority, I'm including like African American, Hispanics, everything that was stated right here. Minority populations are being ignored because they said right here overlooked, right? So I kind of feel like that qualifies as ignored and are high risk. Notice how I can't spell for COVID. Okay, and then they have the highest amounts of metabolic, and I got fancy because I was using the information above of metabolic disease and are not receiving the attention they deserve. That was kind of responding to the, why does it matter, right? And I continued with that thought. I said their food world is not helping them survive. It's making the already bad situation. Okay, so I brought up a lot of points. I brought up like ignoring, not receiving the attention that's deserved, the minority populations, and all of that stemmed from me using those analysis questions. Okay, perfect. And then I'm going to click comment, and then there you go. And see how that comment right there is connected directly to that quote. So then you're going to go down, and mind you, this is with you having read the article first. Okay, so do that first, but you're going to continue, and then you're going to go to the next quote. Okay, and it's in a different color, and that's how you'll know it's quote number 2 because it's in green. And then of course quote number 3 is in yellow. And notice how it's a little spaced out in a funny way, but I want you to look at that next statistic. That's why I included it in there. Okay, so yeah, you're going to be doing the exact same thing for the quotes that follow. Highlight and then click that comment bubble, and so on and so on. Okay, so I hope that makes sense to you. Pretty much in a nutshell, all you're doing is using those analysis questions, highlighting the quote, and making a comment. And I can't wait to see what you guys have to say. You have great opinions. So if you have any concerns, please reach out to me on Remind, and I can help you out directly. All right. Thanks so much, you guys. Like I said, reach out if you have any questions.